Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. After the single girl, Devin Strader made Jenn Tran extremely offended. However, what else has he been doing since a lot of the rose extraordinary? Keeping in mind Devin almost left the Lone Rangeress early, he won as the champ of the time after Jenn proposed to him. The Houston, Texas resident was one of 3 finalists vying for Jenn's hand in marriage. Still, their excitement was short. Now is the proper moment to locate Devin in front of the Lone Wolf season 29. Does he have second thoughts? Jenn's trip on the Lone Rangeress season 21 was marred by dubious fans and creation impediment. Creation mingled to correct their mistakes. Award Ellis was given a part as the single man season 29's lead, but it was insufficient. Despite Devin's obvious sincerity, it was insufficient since he broke off from Jenn over phone shortly after the season finale aired. What's he up to now that he's finished, making Jenn really upset? Devin had an emotional adventure on the Single Lady season 21, where he vied for Jenn's heart and eventually won. Devin tells Jenn he loved her throughout their old neighborhood date, clearly showing her preferences all through the season in any case. In spite of this, Jenn didn't reciprocate his thoughts at that moment, let Marcus Schauberg know that she adored him. In an awful touch of fate for the Lone Wolf's protagonist, Marcus couldn't see Jenn he cherished her. After the dream-sweet date, Devin started to uncertainty his association, feeling that Jenn wasn't reacting his profound venture. He even moved to leave the show. Notwithstanding every one of the problems and warnings with regard to Devin's readiness for marriage, Jenn finished up proposing to Devin at the finale, and they got hitched in Hawaii. It appeared they were set off toward their cheerfully ever later, although Devin had various objectives as a key priority. Devin and Jenn's honeymoon was fleeting, as the Lone Wolf's season 21 victor ghosted Jenn after the show. Not long after the pledge, his sentiments shifted, and Devin called off the friendship in a 15-minute call. Jenn uncovered on a great number of the last rose unique that Devin grieved getting ready for marriage and certified he was as of now not in adoration with her. This abrupt move caught off guard Jenn, who had anticipated to fix matters. Nonetheless, Devin was seriously looked at, declining advising and completing all communication with her after their split. Devin's split with Jenn was the nail in the casket of the makers, badly abusing the single girl's lead. Jenn should be praised as the primary Asian American the Lone Wolf's lead, nevertheless creation promptly deserted Jenn and led her to get actually manhandled for a whole season. Between Devin's dominance and Sam McKinney's absence of certified interest in Jenn, she will surely come up short. While Devin at first remained radio quiet after the breakup with Jenn opened up to the world, he defended himself in September with a now-erased video on Instagram. Devin claimed that Marcus assumed a part in his separation with Jenn, making sense of that. Rewatching Jenn's scenes with Marcus validated his resolve to cut off the friendship. I needed to openly watch myself play second to another individual, and that is okay, we carried on from that. I wasn't her greatest option, Devin made sense of. I don't blame her for the sentiments that she had towards Marcus. At the same time, I wasn't educated regarding that in any event. During our relationship, Devin kept defending his choice to say a final farewell to Jenn. Devin additionally listened to Jenn's earlier analysis of him developing far off sincerely after their commitment, claiming, I felt like I had gone with the greatest selection. Thus, better believe it, probably I was considerably more calloused paving the way to the 2 or 3 weeks, nevertheless it wasn't planned. Devin would have rather not played the guy in question, yet he additionally thought he expected to answer for himself subsequent to making Jenn incredibly unhappy on the Lone Wolf's. While he could be real, it's likewise possible Devin basically needs to maintain his picture in the wake of shattering Jenn's thoughts of a joyfully ever later. Ideally, Jenn can discover love with somebody who thinks often about her, not some clout chaser like Devin. In spite of unloading the Single Lady season 21 lead Jenn Tran in probably of the coldest way that could be offered, Devin Strader has exhibited no sorrow for his mislead. Jenn acknowledged she had accomplished her objective of obtaining affection and responsibility when she went on one knee to propose to Devin following quite a while of sifting through contenders. Notwithstanding, that misfired when Devin unloaded her merely 3 months after the occurrence. During their participation on the Unhitched Female Season 21 finale, Devin uncovered he'd been nursing a few questions concerning their connection, which he had stood by overly lengthy to inform her. In any case, Jenn didn't appreciate Devin's clarification and blamed him for having one leg out of their relationship the whole time. Notwithstanding being an early fan number 1, Devin's standing inside the Lone Wolf's fanbase has crashed. For the overwhelming part of the Unhitched Female Season 21, Devin was the Pete Davidson clone whose comedy and naughtiness significantly inspired Jenn ahead of schedule for the season. Devin's skill for repeatedly grabbing Jenn from different applicants matches a man in adoration with Jenn and needs to have her everything to himself. Notwithstanding, all that generosity vanished when they unloaded Jenn not long after their pledge. Devin's declaration of feeling a bit unsure about his connection with Jenn only a short time after the program closed is questionable, taking into account he endured 2 months arguing his passion for herself and without once making a stride back. Devin's choice betrayed everyone that he depicted himself as all through. Everything considered, Devin's The Lone Ranger Season 21 stretch can be summed up as the narrative of On the Man show to play the affection game and took out the entirety of his chips when the game got genuine. Jenn's certain record of how her romance with Devin fell was a surprise to the unpleasant approach wherein Devin coped with their separation. During the Lone Ranger's finale, while returning to their separation, Jenn uncovered that Devin made sense of he didn't love her any longer and mourned getting connected by telephone. Devin then exacerbated the issue by following individual the single man candidate Maria Jorgas by Web Entertainment. Maria was at first charged to be the Unhitched Female Season 21 lead before it was proposed to Jenn, and Devin's choice to follow her in the wake of unloading Jenn was very nasty. In addition to the fact that it conveyed something unique that he had carried on so swiftly in the wake of making her very sad, yet it also gently suggested that she was presumably never his greatest option. In spite of the fact that Devin apologized for his style of behaving, his choice to follow Maria merely days in the wake of unloading Jenn mirrored his genuine aims. After the knowledge about Jenn and Devin's separation, the 28-year-old Texan turned to Instagram to confront his break from Jenn. In a 13-minute video, Devin made sense of how felt stress about their relationship and that he needed to explore a choice in view of his own joy. Devin likewise accused Jenn for attempting to say a final farewell to him before their divorce, in spite of the fact that he was the individual who at last cancelled the relationship. All through the clasp, something recognized was Devin's childishness and tries to steer away from responsibility for making Jenn extremely unhappy. Rather than showing regret for a fairly long period to vent his questions about the relationship while providing Jenn fake expectation, Devin merely attempted to place however much fault as could reasonably be expected on Jenn. Notwithstanding being recognized as one of the fan top picks during the season, Devin completed his The Single Lady Season 21 adventure as the season's definitive terrible person.